Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2020 here on Rawslowgaming, and we're about to play Woking here in 3 days in Vanarama National League. And Woking is actually a club that I always picked for a long time in Vanarama National League South or North. I don't remember which side they were on, but playing games like Championship Manager or Football Manager, as they changed the name here, SI Games, or Total Club Manager or FIFA Manager for the EA series back in the days. But this time around, we're playing Bath City and we're trying to take them to the top of Premier League and beyond. And I'll see you at the match day here in 3 days. So here we are done, and according to their bookmakers, we are slight favorites here. Woking are actually the worst team in the league standings at least, so this is a game that we need to win for that reason. We have had a little bit of bad form the last couple of matches, as you see there in the recent form, and this is the match to change it in. So let's hope we can do that. We have Price suspended here, but that doesn't really matter since he's not much more than a bench player for us with good potential, so let's not forget about that, but we can easily change him out there, so no worries there. And I do believe we have the best team in the first 11 here at the moment, but we have both Sanka and Pearson here. That is pretty tired, so we will put in Clark instead of Sanko. And unfortunately, I think Pearson, you got to play pretty much here. I don't think we got anyone really then can support you. It would be Hackett, of course. If you're decent, you are decent for it. So I think we'll put Hackett in there and let Simpson play here. And let him have a chance as a central midfielder in attack. And we'll play the match here, or go to the match, and I guess it's going to be Baxter and Asante that we let in on the pitch as subs, and no one else, since the rest are on the bench due to that they need to rest. So we'll try to keep it that way. So let's hand it over to our assistant, ×2 here, for the team talk like we pretty much always do, and head straight to the game and comment it as commentators as best we do, also pretty much as we always do. So here we have then the first highlight, and it is for Bassett. Taylor with ball passing to Rowan here in the defense, passing all the way back down to Leggy, the keeper, and he's dribbling with the ball or waiting without doing much, passing up to Rowan to Taylor here on the right-hand side. Taylor with a long ball up, but only reaching Woking players. Gray moving forward here in the midfield for Woking, and passes to Christ Jr. Teal and back to Gray. Almost coming through here, or they are coming through there, and Gibbons with a shot, but good save there by a leg. So yeah, both teams have pretty tired players there, I saw. And here is a free kick for Bath City, but managing to hold it there within the wall, so to say, for Woking. Unfortunately for them, their counter-attack didn't work. So a through ball here for Bath City, but not coming through, and the ball all the way back to Wooking's keeper, Baxter. And Baxter with the goal kick. A long goal kick only to the defenders of Bath City, and the ball to Berko. Berko playing a wide ball to the left-hand side, unfortunately not working out, and the ball to Christ Unitil, and it's a through ball up to Presley. Presley versus the keeper, but he shoots very wide, so outside the poster, or rather outside everything, so no real danger there. But we do have many dangers here apparently, or at least highlights. And because we have another one going on, Healy with the ball up to Bronte and further on to Britton, and it's a goal for Bassett here in the 19th minute. So we do take this, match to the lead, so to say, here in the 19th minute. And I would say this were probably the first really good sequence for any of the teams. A really good header there by Brunt, and a good finish by Britain. Really good vision there from Brunt, just had it on, and a great finish there from Britain as well. And we have, of course, Britain and Brunt playing really well together this year as well. Of course, the opponents are a lot tougher, so they are not the goal-scoring machine that they were last year, but they are still good. Berko taking control of the ball there very easily from the opponents, and Britain with a power shot there in the one-on-one situation against the Woking keeper, but unfortunately the keeper saved. But here comes the corner, and cleared out by Woking, but Rowan picking up the ball up to the not penalty taker, but the corner taker, and the second chance and almost another goal there for Bassett. I didn't really see this sequence there that great, but we hit the post somehow, or Woking hit the post somehow for us there, but didn't make it into goal, but still a good sequence here. And we do see that the defense and a little bit of the midfield in Woking are really pretty tired. And here we have the end of the first half. We are leading by 1 goal, and I would say well deserved, considering the chances. By the chances, it looked like we maybe should have led by 2-0. The stats are telling a little bit of a different story, but I wouldn't say that it's unfair that we're leading. So far, we are happy with how the players have done, and all players have a decent rating here, so that's good. And we'll continue the second half, hopefully just the way we played the first half, pretty much here. So directly here in the second half, a highlight for Bassett, but Clark there just only straight into the keeper's hand there of Woking, Baxter. And here comes the goal kick for them. Not reaching the Woking players, only bad players. And Hackett having the ball here on the left-hand side of the midfield, but getting dispossessed there in a challenge far too easy. And the ball to Hackett, passing to Simpson, and a good touch there really to get that ball going, and passing a really opening pass there to Clark, crosses it to Brunt, and it's another goal for Bassett here in the 47th minute. And again, a very good sequence overall, other than where Clark got dispossessed really. Other than that, it were really great, especially the touch there by Simpson, and also that opening touch. And I guess a good run there from Clark, and cross in as well. And Brunt showing some pretty nice skills there as well. We're not too often seeing that. Britain is more our goal scorer than Brunt. And another free kick here, and it's another goal for Bassett in the 53rd minute. Rowan there with a good header, and actually an assist there by Brunt, and Brunt taking a free kick from a long way out for some reason. Don't understand that, but I guess that is my settings, but doesn't matter. A good goal is a good goal. And Bassett definitely getting a good run here, and playing well and everything like that. And so far in the match, a lot of highlights, as said. But now we'll put in some subs. We'll put in Sante instead of Britain this time, actually, since we were a little bit more tired, and Baxter instead of Taylor. I would like to switch out Hackett here, but we will not do that. We'll rest the rest of the players, and probably rest Hackett for the next match. And if we need to do any more changes, we will have one player or one substitution left to do that if needed. So that's always good. So 10 minutes to go here. We don't really need to see any more highlights from our point of view, at least. We are more than happy to end it here, but we do get another highlight here in the 90th minute. The ball to Hackett here in the middle towards Asante, but not reaching the ball, and possibility for a counterattack here for Woking. But Smith snapping up that ball and Clark driving it forward here inside the penalty area, and it's a goal for Basic here in the 90th minute. Don't know what the goalkeeper did there at all, but Clark managing to score a goal on a poor attempt from pretty poor angle and everything. Very poor sequence for Woking, and yeah, pretty much a tunnel on the keeper on the shot that were straight at the keeper. He just really would have needed to pick up the ball, but managing to miss that. So the final result for Basic versus Woking is 4-0, shots 15-19, shots on target 6-8, and possession 55-45%. So a great game overall for us. Probably a little bit bigger win than we deserved in quite a few reasons, but if we're looking at actually dangerous chances, I wouldn't say it was unfair at all. So that's good, at least. And after that match, we're up to 15th place in the league, 8 points up to a playoff spot, and 9 points clear of the relegation zone. So that's very nice. 1,201 attending that game, so that's also nice. And we'll praise Front for his performance there. And we'll take a short little break, and I'll see you in the game against Eastleigh in 4 days. Time for match day, and then here against Eastleigh, and we are favorites more clearly this time than against Woking. So let's hope we can have a game that is similar, similar as the game that we had against Woking here in this match against Eastleigh. That would be fantastic. So Taylor and Clark actually have a pretty good partnership here, which is interesting. Sort of something that we would like to promote, but especially since Senko and Taylor only have a decent one. But it's not really going to happen. And Hackett will be back in playing the position that he plays best as a Messala. And Sanko, and as I said, Messala, or not Messala, Hackett is a little bit on the tired side here, but it will have to do. We do have Burko, that is a little bit on the tired side here as well. So sort of should rest him. But we don't really... Well, the only player we have is Smirnoff, but he's out on a loan. So I guess Baxter... Well, I guess we're doing that just to sort of rest him. Or are we doing Clark? No, Clark, you will be on the bench, and Burke, you will be on the bench. Yeah, that is how we're going to do it. So let's continue to our match here. And we actually had really few on the weaknesses there, which is good. Always good to have that, of course. We'll kick off on play and commentate just as we do each and single match, and I hope you enjoy it. And a little bit of a talk between the matches, of course, about our progress in general and things like that. And not so much about life in general, but maybe here and there, who knows. And yeah, if you're having some thoughts about how we're playing the game, or if you're playing a low league club yourself, do write a comment, and I would love to hear it and hear your thoughts about anything. We did have a goal here, but it were disallowed for quite a clear offside in the first sequence there for Bassett, unfortunately. But yeah, leave a comment, and we'll talk basically, and discuss anything you have on your mind. But hey, let's focus on the match and commentating here. So Eastleigh with the ball, and the current highlight, and a through ball here up to Orpedon. And legs is there and out for a corner almost, but Healy running out and letting it out only for a throw-in rather than a corner, which is good, of course, for us. And that is pretty much what we have seen here so far in the first 25 minutes. As we were saying that, Brunt with a free kick here and to Pearson, and it's been a goal again that's been disallowed here for Bath City. So far in the match, 2 goals, but both disallowed. This time, very nearly there. That is the thinnest offside I've seen ever. No, not really, but the one of the thinner in the game. It's ridiculously close, actually, but all right. And it looks like it will be a goalless first half here. Yes, it is. So, as I said, half time and it's goalless. The chances have been for Bass, definitely, but it's been offside, so can't really say how it's been outside of that. If we're looking on the stats, we're slightly ahead, so hopefully we can capitalize on that here in the second half for real. Looking at our player ratings, it's all good in general. So let's just keep going and hope for the best. And as we're doing this here in the second half, remember to smash that like button if you're enjoying the show. Also, if you haven't done so yet, you should hit that subscribe button. And as you're doing that, you can hit that small notification bell. And we are about to do a sub or two here. So we got our defense that is actually really tired, and we don't really have the players here to do it. So we'll bring in Taylor here in the middle instead of Rowan, and switch Rowan out. And Simpson, yeah, you're going in instead of Healy. It's a bit of a gamble, but it's going to happen here. And we're actually going in with Asante instead of Brandt here as well, just to change things up. So like that, and also last but not least, do check out the description on the video if you want to check on ways to support the channel even more. You can get some pretty cool perks if you're looking at the memberships, where you could name one player per game year in either FIFA Manager or a Football Manager from the youth intakes. So that is pretty fun and pretty cool stuff if that is something you're interested in. But let's focus here easily with a chance here in the last few minutes, and it's Roach, but leg out there and managing to do a good save and a very needed save. We are on top here looking on the stats, but we haven't really seen any highlights to speak about here in the second half. And it's sort of an even game looking on the stats, and we actually have the full-time whistle just a moment ago, and the full-time result then is 0-0. Shots 12-10, shots on target 44, and possession 58-42%. So overall, I'd say it's a fair result and a fair game, and we're all right with the draw here. We're not too worried about that or think anything else. So let's have a look here on the table before coming back to the playing schedule. As you see, is very, very tight at the moment. We're still in 15th place, 7 points up to a playoff spot, and 7 points down to the relegation zone. So it's pretty close, but we are very much sort of in the middle, which is safe and good, so to say. And we get a little bit of an update here on Barry in loan, and he's doing all right. But we'll be back after a short break in the match against Halifax. The last match of the episode, and it's a tough one here against Halifax, who are 7th in the league, and we are quite on the rugs here, according to the bookmakers. So let's hope we can do a little bit of an upset here from being at the home field or home team. So we actually have a lot of players here that are tied for this match. So we'll put in Clark instead of Taylor there. And that's not the best thing to do. We probably maybe have a better option here. Or do we? Of Well, we have Harper, and we do have Baxter. Baxter, you're a better choice? No, you're not. Right, Clark and Burko, you're back as a left back. So Rowan Healy, you are fine. Sanko Smith, you're fine. Hackett, Pearson, and Britton would like a rest. So Britton, you're also easily fixed. So in with Asante, and then Hackett and Pearson, you are a little bit tougher to crack, so to say. Especially since Hackett, you're really only player that should be on the left-hand side there in the midfield. Price here, not really match fit, but that's an obvious choice to bring in. So you will be a ball-winning midfielder in support. And then we will have midfielder left. Well, we don't have anyone, but I think we'll bring in Reigns here for this match. And that we'll just have to do. And the only two we can bring in really is Simpson and Baxter. And yeah, everyone is so damn knackered and tired after this tight playing schedule. It's like crazy, but hopefully they will manage to hold it together quite decently nonetheless. So let's kick off and play here and hope that they can do a good match. I don't expect any miracles here whatsoever, and I hope that Halifax is tired as well. I kind of doubt it, but I hope that's the case. We will see. So first highlight here in the match in the 10th minute, Brunt with the ball, passing back to Burko here in the, middle of the pitch, pretty much, to Healy, to Burko, to Price, to Reigns. Fast passing there, pretty much one-touch passing is very nice, but back down to Healy. Healy trying to play it wider on the left-hand side, or a through ball, or a little bit of a long ball on the chance there, but not really getting through. And a second try there by Healy, and to Asante, this time actually managing to get it through, but Asante heading it out or onwards, and only to Halifax players. Halifax coming here on the left-hand side, and Amos there with a try of a long ball. Did not get through, but we headed it straight to Halifax players. So here they are just outside the penalty area and the shoots, and it's over the crossbar or outside of the post. Don't know which really there. Couldn't see it, but not our most beautiful moment there for sure. And unfortunately, we got an injury here on Brunt, a light injury, so it shouldn't be any trouble whatsoever in the long run. But we don't want to risk anything, so in with Britton instead of him. As soon as this highlight is over, of course. And it's a leg here with ball for the Bath City team. And a long ball that again failed. And the ball back to the defense in Bath City. And another long ball that fails even more this time. And up to Amos here in the defense of Halifax. And he tries a long ball that goes through and earring up to Redshaw here. And outside the penalty area and passes it back to Mayer in the defense of Halifax. Passing to Staunton and back to their keeper Johnson here. And his challenge, but here comes the goal kick and Bath City taking control of it. The ball back to Rowan in the defense, playing wide to Reigns here. Reigns dribbling through and managing to shoot, and it's a goal for Bath City here in the 21st minute. And I didn't expect that, and I didn't expect that from Reigns, but very happy with that. Can't complain at all. So let's see here. Yeah, Reigns kicking the ball forward and just driving it, and a good shot there actually, a really good finish. So quite impressed by him there actually. And yeah, we will still do the tactical changes. Really don't want any injuries on our key players here. A corner from Halifax here in the 26th minute. Curran, and it's a header over the crossbar there, very nearly hitting the target there at least. And another corner here for Halifax, but leg out there and showing safe hands. And let's see here. I would guess he throws it or puts it down. No, yeah, he throws it to Rowan and passes to Healy. Healy with a long ball. And to Price in the middle to Reigns here on the left-hand side. Drives it through the middle, dribbling it forward, and coming quite a long way, but passing back to Smith very much in the middle again. And to Rowan. Rowan with a nice pass to Sanker here on the right-hand side. Crosses it in, but only reaching Halifax players. And Curran and Amos, and up towards no one, but up to Healy, and a miss there by the Halifax players, and Britain with a great chance, but a saved there by their keeper out for a corner. Britain should probably have scored there though, so a little bit of a shame. Price here with the corner toward Reigns and out for another corner. So a really long highlight this, just as well, all highlights have been so far in this match actually. Price again with the corner, and again not really reaching to anyone as such. Sanko with the ball, losing it and out for a throw in there. And let's have the highlight be gone, which it was, which is nice. Really starting to get my voice a little bit irritated there actually by that very long comment section, so to say. And there we have the end of the first half, and the scoreline is 0-0, and the stats are actually incredibly even. We are a little bit on top in terms of possession, but other than that, it's very much even. And I were forgetting that we were leading the match. It's the scoreline is 1-0. If I said something else that is wrong, we are leading the match. And if we can hold that together for the whole match, I'm so proud of the lads. And yeah, the ratings is all right overall. We have done, of course, one sub very early in the match. I said Britain in instead of Bront there, since he had a little bit of an injury or a small touch. So we'll probably do one or two more subs here after this sequence that we have here. It's Bassett with the ball, Clark with passing up towards Asante to Britain, and it's a goal, but it's been disallowed for offside. Pretty easily seen there actually, which is a shame. A really good finish there by Britain, but he were coming from an offside position, as you see very clearly. But yeah, definitely a lot of power behind that shot. So let's watch here. So Taylor is pretty much a no-go, so it's going to be Baxter in here, and you're in instead of Healy, who's the most tired player. And Simpson in instead of Sanko here, trying to have as fresh players as possible for this match and for the next match that we have again in just a few days. So a highlight here, Simpson with the ball, with fresh feet, running through everyone pretty much, but missing the cross there and losing the ball unfortunately, but a very poor pass by Halifax players and a second chance to cross by Simpson, but losing the ball still to Halifax players. The ball back to our defense, and to Simpson again, and to Asante, and will it be to Simpson again? No, to Smith first. Now Simpson here on the right hand side, fails to cross it again, and the ball to Clark, to Smith, into Price, and to Asante. Getting dispossessed here, and a chance for a counterattack for Halifax. Redshaw here just running and finding his way through, and a shot there but saved by a leg, showing safe hands there. So we're closing in to the end here, 20 minutes to go or something like that, but free kick there by Halifax. Pretty well struck one, and a header there over the crossbar. And Rowan really tired there, if we're looking on the ratings. But a new chance here in the 82nd minute. Bassett with the ball, Smith passing to Asante, and Asante with a ball towards Rowan, but he is losing that ball unfortunately, and it's a 1-on-1 for Cooper versus a leg managing to save that, and we are so happy that we got a leg in the end of last season. It's really a very good player for us, instead of Clark that we had before in the goal. And a shot there by Halifax, but over the top bar, or crossbar. I've been good saying crossbar, but not that time, instead of top bar, which I've said for far too long. So maybe the last highlight of the match here in the 88th minute, and a shot there, and that actually hit the crossbar from Halifax. So we are lucky to be leading this match, and I hope we can manage to hold it together. It's 2 minutes of extra time, and that has just ended. So we are winning this match 1-0 for Bassett versus Halifax. Shots 11-17, shots on target 5-6, and possession 58-42%. So a very good result for our players, and I'm very proud of our lads. Playing decently, the whole team, but I said very proud of the lads. I'm very proud of the result. Very nice. Brought us up to 14th place, 7 points up to a playoff spot, and 10 points clear of the relegation zone as we speak. 1076 watching that match, which is definitely a little bit on the low side. Barry not having the greatest of match, and Brunt out for 2 to 3 days, so that's all right. And we'll praise Reigns here for his performance apparently. And yeah, that will be everything for this episode. So I hope you have enjoyed watching, and I hope to see you soon again. With that said, bye bye. You have been watching Rawslowgaming, and I hope you have enjoyed. On clicking on the video on the left, you will see the next video in this series, and on the right our latest upload to the channel. And with that said, thank you again for watching.